Hey gang, Sam Ward here with a simple thought for today. All of life is worship, and worship is hope. It was earlier this week and I was with a friend and we were talking together about some hard things that were going on in his life. It's also October, and that means it's Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, and so I'm remembering my son and other people who have lost children. And the political discourse hasn't gotten any better. And it seems like there's always something going on. I mean, it's easy to be discouraged. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of sin and darkness and hardship in the world, right? I mean, think about it. Death of parents, cancer, surgeries, death of children, loss of a job, being forgotten or even betrayed by your friends. I mean, on and on and on. Sexual abuse that's happening within the church right now. It just seems like there's so many things to be discouraged about. I mean, honestly, just things die. People, relationships, dreams, children, pets, the trees, the leaves on the trees. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is a lot of times we feel powerless to do anything about it. It seems like we only stand there and as a witness to the darkness, the destruction, the decay around us. So where do we find hope? Obviously, I think the Sunday school answer is Jesus, but in this case, it's true. It's in Jesus' words to us. And it's in worship that we remember Jesus, that we remember his words. We read them and remind each other. And so worship for us is hope. I want to read just a little bit here in the woods, some of those words of hope. I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed. His compassions never fail. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3. May your unfailing love be with us, Lord, even as we put our hope in you. Psalm 33:22. So ultimately, Jesus is our hope all the way through the Old Testament and the New Testament both. In Romans, we read that everything was written in the past to teach us, so that through endurance taught in the Scriptures and the encouragement they provide, we might have hope. The Bible gives us hope. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure, the writer of Hebrews tells us. So when everything seems to be falling apart, Jesus restores it back to the way it should be. When everything is tainted by sin, Jesus saves us, right? When you don't understand what is going on, which is me a lot of the times, Jesus is in control. And when things seem to be impermanent, that they're falling apart, Jesus' glory shines for us in the future ahead of us. So we have to remind ourselves of this. We need to remind each other of this when we come together to worship. I want to remind you now the words of the Lord. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. All of life is worship, and worship is hope.